Hey everybody, welcome back to another Drive Sales show. Today I have a special guest, my friend Roeland Delfgaauw with Global Mobility Partners in Mexico. Roland, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. Buenos dias. ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, buenos dias, mi amigo. I can't speak Spanish to save my life, but figure this out. So tell me, how you doing? How's life? It's been ages since we chatted.
Yeah, it's been a while. A lot of things have happened. We're doing fine. I'm doing fine. Family's good. Um, COVID is more or less behind us, but here in Mexico with the nice weather, it's always hasn't been that bad as in other countries in the world. Business-wise, things are picking up again, back to normal, although it will never come back to normal. But we're very good. Thank you. How about yourself?
Whew, thank you for asking. It's been a interesting couple of months, and to be quite frank, I have never felt so driven and pun intended with the name of the company, but so like relaxed and knowing what I'm gonna do. So I'm pretty happy. Honestly, family's good, all that good stuff. Everything's good. So I'm happy. For the podcast, as you can see. Um, so let me give you everybody some backstory about you. Ro has been with the moving industry and mobility for over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can tend to be wrong.
July 1999, I started. So yeah, it's been a while.
July 99. So yeah, 99, I was kicking a ball around um, in Belgrade, Serbia still, as ages ago. But, but Roland has been leading sales, international sales, mainly focused on international previous companies. He's done a lot of things. So, and thanks a lot for joining because you have what 4 times more experience than four, 3.5 more times experience than I have in the moving
Uh,
industry.
yeah, well, yeah, I'm not the youngest anymore, but also I'm not a dinosaur yet. I came from the logistics industry in back in my time in Holland, in Rotterdam. I still remember there was a telex machine for 1 month when I started there, but then later on I came into the fax, and I remember also I spoke to an agent in Australia on his car phone. That was like, "You're driving?" "Yeah, yeah, I'm driving." I guess it was
That's
the
the
huge
best thing.
phones we know.
Yeah.
And now at times your phone is just now. I'm speaking with you. You're in Europe. We see each other online. We're connected on the Wi-Fi. It's amazing how things went so fast over the last 20, 25 years. So imagine
Yeah.
in maybe in another 25 years, it's just like Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty, and you can go all around the world. Who knows? So yeah,
Well,
we've seen a lot of things. Still, people in the world, and it's way. Packers pack up a moving in transport mode, and you send it from A to B. Um, and that must go as fast as possible, and the information must go even faster than fast. Otherwise, the
and
client gets upset.
and imagine moving in 25 years. So let's imagine like an actual world. What do you think happens in 25 years in the moving space? Like moving companies, what happens in 25 years? What changes?
Yeah. uh, the technology behind it will change a lot. It has already changed a lot. That will continue. Um, if people still think about bringing their household goods with them, it will be less. But I noticed also that they still attach. I mean, people don't like changing. You said it before. Also, they don't want to change. If you, there are youngsters now that I've seen that go with. You do a survey, yeah, the things you want to change, and they put on their bed their shirts, their socks, their shoes, one jacket. This is what I'm going to take. Okay, so you're a light traveler. Yep. They work from some IT companies. They will go out. They will. So you got the movers go air. Um, but you also have still the families that come with the whole family, two, three kids, and they want to take their own stuff. Why? Because it's their only thing what they have.
Yeah.
And that will continue. because the people in general, mankind wants to bring their own personal stuff. This is their home. If their home is in China, in Africa, in Mexico, or in where in the world, this is their own little thing. They continue. That will stay. Not as much as any before, but that will stay. But then you also have the Airbnbs now. They call it now Airbnbs. We don't know how they will call it in 20 years. You just pick up your phone, you book some rooms, you book some things for a couple of months, and that's enough. And then you've been sent out again. So the short-term assignments will increase. Long-term assignments probably will diminish a little bit. But here in Latam, for what I see, um, I'm now 24 years in Mexico. I love Mexico. I love the Mexicans, but they still sometimes need foreign European way of managing companies when it goes to certain key positions, the CFOs, CEO, etc. Maybe in 25 years this changed, but for now we still need it.
I hope it changes. What I see, imagine self-driving trucks, which we're headed like self-driving vehicles now. How
Yeah,
packing will be different. The materials that will be used may be different if you go somehow with different like so like cardboard boxes with something else. It can be a whole different world, and hopefully it will be a beat me up Scotty. Literally, you transport everything from A to B. That'll be awesome.
that's
I
true.
will enjoy that.
That's
So
true. I
give me
mean,
up.
the logistics behind it, yeah. I mean, you can see in some stores, you walk in your store, you pick something, you walk out, and with your phone, you already paid. So you can make an
Yeah,
arc with the boxes, with the barcode. You can see what's in there and load it in a truck. Truck is GPS noted, so it's
everything is autonomous. So
again
talk to me.
the technology will change.
It will. So going back to the from future to the present, um, tell me what you've been doing for the last couple of years. And I know we've talked a bit before. I'm curious how you developed the company, how it started, how you hired new people, how it grew. Talk to me about being a self-starter again in the moving space. I'm curious to know.
Well, when I stepped in my previous in the previous company, it was all set, all KPIs, all processes, everything was set, done. So you step in something that is already working good, a good oiled machine, but the machine got a little bit older, so they did some tune up processes. People don't like to change, and when you have uh, 20, 25 people in operations just doing coordination, etc., I need to change that. That's moving an elephant around. Um, that was difficult, but it was achievable. I'm not longer working for that company anymore. So we started Three Musketeers here in Mexico with a different concept, move management. What are we going to use for software? We just keep it simple. We have some things we can see in the report, everything what's going on. It's short communication. There were three people. Now we have nine. So we're now looking for, okay, what's the best option for us to work in there? But yeah, you work from a company where you got salespeople for working for you. You need to do it now by yourself. So you need to start from scratch, do your own sales, look for salespeople, motivate them again, and COVID, you also have seen it. You're working from home. I'm working from home, although also from the office. It's called hybrid working 2 days. Never.
Yeah,
I think this word didn't exist 2 years ago, 1 year ago. It's I do hybrid
no,
working. Oh, I got a hybrid car. Yeah, so
yeah. Talk to
but
me about
yeah,
this.
it's
I'm curious. I want to stop for a second. Talk to me about how it felt from a sales leadership role to doing your own sales again and then hiring new salespeople. How was that process? How was that change for you specifically?
to be honest, it was. I felt comfortable doing it, but at the same time, it's also nervous because you have the know-how, but people were doing it for you, and you got your report who went to do what, and sales you could change people around. Now I had to do it all on my own head, had my, okay, I can do this, I can go there, we have to do this. So you need to organize yourself pretty well, which is, yeah, I mean, everybody is human, so it's sometimes difficult. So yeah, in the beginning I was nervous, but now I like it because you also go out and meet people again. Now it's possible in Mexico. So, and that has a nice touch, nice feeling. As foreigner in Mexico, it's easy to open doors. So it's fun. It's I like to do it. In the beginning, I was nervous. Shit, now I have to do. Sorry for my language. Now I have to do
It's
it
fine.
myself. Uh,
This is
but
not PG-13. You can cuss. It's fine. You can cuss. It's fine.
okay, so but yeah, it's challenging. It's not that easy as I thought it was, but that keeps you also motivated and busy and activate in your head because again sitting in a chair and having a sales call in the morning with all the salespeople and do this and that, you can shout, hey, you have to do this and that. Now I need to sit myself on the same desk and speak to my own. What are the goals? Let's achieve the goals we have this week or this month, and go ahead. It wasn't easy, but it's fun to do again.
And the same thing happened to me specifically. I mean, I didn't stop selling before. I sold because I love the act of selling, regardless. And
Okay.
I've been doing it irrespective of me being at leadership position. I needed it. For example, if I see I have a meeting back to back to back to back to meetings, regardless of how tired I was, I always, when I went to a sales call or a video call or whatever, it energized me. Like for example, that was my Red Bull because I
Yeah.
loved it because it's a different vibe than, oh, this is what we have to do, this is the process, this is what we have to figure out, this is the issue that we have, and I enjoy it, and I'm doing it now still, so I'm pretty happy. And how about this? How did you decide who you're going to be hiring for the sales rep? I mean, you have more candidates. What do you ask? Let me rephrase. What do you ask people in the interview before you decide if that's the person for you to do sales?
It's a very good question, but I turn a little bit around. I asked this possible sales candidate, what is it what you would like to change at the company you're in right now? So what is what you don't like? What do you like to improve? And based on that, they come with a certain. If there's another thing is fine, so well then I'm sorry, then you are good where you are. You don't have the motivation to improve yourself. So why should I hire you? Okay, so I give it back. And if they come with a decent plan, no, I don't like this. I must have a black car instead of a white car, and must have a blue shirt instead of. So they have their own plan. Then you get something who's motivated, who has stipulated out his road how to sell, and then it's interesting to keep on talking with the candidate.
Nice. What's the second? So that's the first question. What
Mhm.
is what is the question that you always go to after that one? Let's say you're deciding between two candidates. You have two best candidates, and it's only one position. How do you
Mhm.
decide? What's the question that's like a tiebreaker for you that you pick if you have a tiebreaker question, basically?
Well, basically, it's of course they want a certain salary or certain commission. Can they earn back? That would be the question. Can you earn back your commission within 6 months or 1 year in investment?
Yeah.
Prove it. Prove it. I mean, then for us, there's no risk involved. They will be happy because they got their salary they want, and the company is happy because the risk involvement or the getting back their payments is covered. Win-win.
Wait. I'll tell you what I use sometimes. There's a couple of things because if I sense because if I sense the candidate there's something that is odd that I want to explore further, I generally have like a three-step question. So,
Okay.
for example, if it's, I mean, in Serbia, it's pretty simple. I mean, you can pronounce everybody's name, but in the States, for example, or in other countries where it's hard, I'll tell you the question. So basically, name a person that you worked with, and can you spell their name for us? So if you work with, let's say, Roland, if I worked with you, can I spell your name? Cool. I can or I cannot. Then the following question is, when I call Roland and asked him to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10, what number do
Okay.
you think he would give you? So now the person says a 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. The third step question, the third part of that question is why that number and what do you think Roland would say to you, or actually about you, to that you need to do to get to a 10?
Hmm.
And that should allow me as an interviewer to understand how the perception of that person is in the work environment and what they deem important. So that's something that I use when there's a candidate that I'm looking to explore further if they're like detail oriented, because not everybody can spell my name, and I'm sure not everybody can spell your name. So you will
True.
know, yeah, so you will know the orientation in
Well,
detail.
our both last names will be a problem, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If I don't like someone, I'll tell them to spell my last name. Or like pronounce my last name. It's fine. It's
Got
absolutely
the same,
fine.
man. I got the same.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so in terms of, I know you guys have 9 people now. You've grown, and it's awesome. Um, what is, what would you think is the biggest? What was the biggest challenge for you guys to grow from 3 musketeers to get yourself a D'Artagnan and get yourself the 9th person? Then, what was the biggest pain that you had to go through to get there?
Well, you expect a certain amount of work that the three of us could handle. Then you must grow fast, because if you grow too fast, your jacket will be too small. If you buy a big jacket and you don't grow too that fast, the jacket will be too big. So it was okay. At what point do we need more people? Also looking at cash flow, what's in these days is very difficult. So you don't want to burn yourself on that, and also you don't want to burn yourself. Or I cannot handle it anymore, because I know that two persons will flood with work. Although they do home office, so the travel time was taken out of their working hours. They work from 7 to 7, 7 to 8 in the mornings, to 7, from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. A lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of work. When is the time to put another person in there? Costs, cash flow, workload. That was more or less the three things that we had to look for. And you have to make an investment for the future. And so far, that has been done well. Uh, that was the good leadership. So now the next question is, okay, when is the next person coming? Number 10, number 11, number 12. You don't want to have an overhead of 25 people, and you need to optimize also the work. In Latin America, working in efficiency is different as working as in Europe. Okay, I don't want to step toes here, but yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm in Serbia. I get it. Like I completely get it. It's not as efficient as it could be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's right. So we have to train people to be efficient. If somebody, and this is our power for us here, we make sure that our people, including myself, an email comes in, that the right person answers on the right questions with the right answers. And if they don't know it, you have to write it. I do not know it. I will come back to you tomorrow around noon. And then they better get back tomorrow at noon with the answer. Huh? So that's our strength. And the other one's like, no, I don't answer it. I don't answer it. No, you have to answer.
That is such a key thing that
Oh
people
yeah.
neglect. When I leading teams, right? I know there's a difficult conversation about to happen. Something was late, something was not right, something was not, whatever the situation may be. The most annoying thing you can do to the customer when they call is not pick up.
True.
Is just pick up. Just pick up and say how it is. Hey, look, I don't have a date. I don't know right now. I will know tomorrow. But what you say, you have to follow through with. I'll give you an example. I was shopping for a software, and I was looking for different things, and I went to three different companies. All three of them told me I'll reach back to you tomorrow. I'll follow up in a
Mhm.
week. Let me give you a
Mañana,
call back.
mañana. Mhm.
Mañana, mañana never happened, and I
Yes,
was ready
yes.
to pay, and that's so annoying. That's so annoying because you kill potential deals. And imagine, like, I understand if you as an owner of the company will pick up and do every call. How do you motivate people that are working for you essentially to have the same mentality? What do you do to train them to get to that stage?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Basically, by showing what must be done. So if they call me or somebody asks something, you answer right away or within half an hour, 1 hour at least. Um, and if they do something good, you have to tell them, great job. I like it very much. If the client comes back, normally the client goes back to the directors. Hey, it was a great team showed up, very nice. Send it to me an email and send that back to the chain down to even to the coordinator, to the pack, whoever, so they see what they said about them. This is motivation. And take them inside of the process. What would you do? How do you? What is your solution for this problem? Let them tell your the solution. Okay, let's go for it. I'll be standing next to you. You can do it yourself. If you need help, let me know. But you call the client. We can do it the conference call. We can do it on a sales call. Whatever. Be next to them, and when they do it well, hey man, that's good. And it is good what they did. I mean, they need to do it, and then they have their own. You feel comfortable about it. Plus, also there are a lot of in LinkedIn you can find how to train people, motivate culture training, etc. I mean, if you speak to when I started here in Mexico, I'm from Europe. I know English. I started working in Mexico. A lot of the United States, it's United States English. It cost me at least half a year to adopt myself to speak a little bit different English because the Americans sometimes didn't understand me. So I speak English. I got my degree in English. Whatever. It's the way how you express yourself. That's something also here. You said it, mañana, mañana, ahorita, sí, 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 no te preocupes. I don't want to hear those words to clients from our people. They need to say, yes, I will call you at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Uh,
I
and
can't
if there's a
stress like you don't know how many, like, I've been around people who they consider leadership to tell you what to do but not how to do it well. That's a difference. Like, you have a sales rep, you come in like,
uh,
hey, you need to do
maybe
this, why you have done this, you have to show it.
you have to show it, and later on you have to give also to delegate it, and they will fall down and they will make a mistake and they have to stand up again. I mean, it's part of life, in work life, in social life. I mean, there's no book on there are thousands of books of how to sell, but yeah, with what you see you can show it, but you have to say this and this and this. No, let them do it themselves. Everybody's different. So to leave that in the hands of a future salesperson is difficult for us to delegate and to say, okay, let's see how it goes. I mean, sometimes you have to sit in the back of the car and drive. I mean, there are airbags. Don't worry, you won't die. So just go for it.
I love it. I can't this really makes me happy to hear that people do this the right way, because I consider what you just told me to be the right way. Show the people, be there with them, but let them make
Yeah.
that mistake, as you said, fall down, get back up. It's crucial because if I keep telling you something and then that doesn't work, but you have your own way, it's also allowing people to have their own personality shine, their own their own being shine through. Because not everybody will do the same, and not everybody will be the same on the phone, on a video call, or whatever. Just let them be who they are, but give good guidelines and help them be there for the team. It's crucial. I love that. I absolutely
Yep.
love that, and it's
And
so.
on the other side, Milovan, I mean, there's also generation difference in generations. You see people now, youngsters, 20 years coming in, and this is a difficult issue. Um, some people maybe get offended, but everybody thinks that with a phone you can arrange everything. But the pure communication, ask the client, did you understand it? Are you in agreement? How can I help you more? And really listen to what they say. That's difficult for the current generations because they send a WhatsApp and they say, well, in Spanish it's QP, Quepex, what's up? How are you? I mean, they don't even write normal words anymore. And that's fine among your friends on their social life. If they're on Twitter, Instagram, I don't care. But when it comes down to professional working, watch out what you do. Uh, if you have a German guy who is in the 60s, he's a senior. He's not Rudolf as senior. And you have to speak with him as the plural form, the usted, the Z. And if you're a youngster, even more. So know your place where you are in the conversation and show respect. But the youngsters sometimes everything is, yeah, you're good, mate. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 watch out. You can do it on your Twitter account or with your friends among the bar or whatever. But be careful because sometimes people get really offended by them. And you can read in the internet everything about the generations X, the millenniums, the this and the that. But still, there's one rule: respect each other, please.
If you don't respect people, I mean, I think it boils down. And there's a lot of things that actually it's not just boils down to one thing, but you have to know. I mean, you don't have to know, but you should know where you sit, as you said, in the conversation, how that conversation, what you expect to get out of that conversation. For example, I still talk to everybody who's older than me. I still like talk in plural because I always say how you doing. I don't say what's up, how you
Right?
doing. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's how I was brought up. It's like I always, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing, ma'am? If they're older than me, even if I don't know them. I mean, again, I might be taking it to extreme personally if you ask people around me, but a sign of respect. And you should show respect to people because at the end of the day, you would like to receive the respect back when someone else talks to you. Because it
True.
matters how you be treated at the end of the day. Really.
Yeah, that's right. And I've learned it the very hard way. You come to Mexico as a foreigner, and the first languages or the words that a foreigner learns are the bad languages. And here,
Obviously.
especially in Mexico, and the Spanish is the way how you say it. You can say certain words on a nice way with a smile, and everybody say, "Hey, he's foreigner, it's okay." Or you can say it very seriously, and then you got a problem. Really, it's not the first time I get called back by one of the owners of a company and said, "Did you say this word to one of my employees?" Yes, I did, but twice. I'm angry. I mean, and then when I hear it in the street, somebody saying this, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a foreigner, I didn't mean it, but yeah, you shouldn't tell to her. Yeah, well, then. My father always says, if the phone rings, you don't know who's calling. Pick up the phone, be respect. And on the other side of the phone might not even know who you are. You can be the receptionist, you can be the owner of the company. That's up to you how you react to the calls in. So you better be act like I'm the owner of the company. Then as the receptionist, who you want to speak to? He's not in the office. Thank you. Bye. No, be respectful to the others. And that's the nice things of calling by phones. I mean, on the video, not so much anymore, but you can be anyone you want to be in a phone call or in a sales call.
You can. I've been many different personalities on my sales
Yeah,
calls. I've been many. I've called you like 7 million times in the past.
that's true. But again, if there's a problem, if there's an issue, if you want to know something, okay, there's WhatsApp and you got email and it says emails urgent, urgent, please let me know. Call. Pick up the phone. Call. It doesn't cost money anymore nowadays. Call.
Yeah, if it's urgent, call me. Like that's how I feel. Like if it's urgent, you call me, especially if it's business related. If it's urgent, call me. Don't send me an email. Don't. You can text me. Hey, if you're in a meeting, please call me. It's urgent. It's also fine.
Sure.
But if it's really
I agree
urgent,
with you.
give me a call. Give me a call, and I'll pick up. I always pick up my phone. The thing is, as I was, as I'm in sales, obviously, I love when salespeople call me. I never hang up on a salesperson because I know it's a tough job. It's not an easy job when someone calls you and they expect you to be basically a dick to them. Because generally people are dicks for no reason. I love
Yeah.
talking to salespeople
Yeah.
because I want to see how they think, how they act, what's new. Maybe I'm missing something. I can learn something new. Um, and I generally like taking sales calls. If I don't pick up, that means I'm in a meeting or I'm doing something. But I generally always call back on a missed call.
And that's also one of the issues, Milovan. Nowadays, you're always almost available 24/7. And then with COVID, everybody's working from home. So at 8 o'clock, I get a phone call, this and that. Well, when it's urgent, yes, we will pick up. If a person keeps up calling, I will pick up. But it's also certain time. You got a daughter of 6, my son of 6 years, my daughter will be 7 soon. There's certain family times. I mean, work is
Yes.
very important, but there's a certain time when she was little, from 7 in the evening until 9. I didn't pick up phone calls. That was my time with my daughter. And afterwards, if it's urgent, I can call you back. But that's also sort of family time, and that sometimes uh, those borders are difficult to step out because everybody sends you WhatsApp and they send you a question mark and a question mark. So, well, no, not now. But then say it. I'm busy right now. I'll call you back in 2 hours. Boom.
That's fine.
That's
That's
the
absolutely fine.
yeah.
I agree with you. It happens to me because I have two guys, two boys, not two guys yet, two boys, 6 and 3, and I love spending time with them. And then generally, because I organize my day that I work. I mean, I'm like a 7-Eleven, but I try to work to have mornings with them as much as I can. Hang out with them, talk with them, and weekends I do stuff with them because during the workday I just work sadly, but weekends as much as I can I just try to stay with the family. So it's
And
important.
but that's something that's been changed also over the last 5 years, especially due to COVID. The working hours are changing. Hybrid working, working from home or not, or from coffee shops, whatever. It's changing, and that happened so fast over the last 2 years. So people have to get
Yeah,
used to that, and even that's what we can learn from the younger generations. They say, yeah, sure, no problem. You call me on Saturday. On Saturday, yeah, yeah, I'm here. Then we call them on Saturday. We need to adapt as elderly also to youngsters. That's the way they work, the way they think. So also in the future, when they have positions like we have, they will have to adjust
they'll-
to the other ones. No?
yeah, but yeah, the thing is, I still take calls on Saturday and Sundays. I do work, but I try to minimize it as much as I can. It's not
Yeah, of
working out
course.
great so far for me, sadly, but I'm doing what I can. But
Yeah.
anyway, so Roland, thank you very much, my man, for jumping on the call. I hope you
No,
enjoyed it.
you're
It's,
you're you're more than welcome. And it's also, I mean, just before this call, I had a Dutch guy speaking in Singapore, and I was in contact with the agents in Holland, and for him it was late evening. From Holland was the afternoon. For me, it's morning. So it shows also how smaller the world got over the last years, and that's really what I love about this industry. You are in contact with everybody, no matter what the time is, and it's possible now virtual. It's good, man. It was good to see you again.
It's a pleasure to see you. It's been a bit, and I know we'll continue chatting. Thank you very much for dropping on Jar Sales. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't tuned in, we don't like you that much. Okay. Thanks everybody. I appreciate you.